So, Christie, you called My Little Mascara Club a startup, and it's in this domain. When does it go from a startup to being something else, a business, an enterprise? What's that delta between somewhere here and somewhere over here?
For me personally, okay, all right, that's a specific definition there. It probably would be for me personally, I would probably make that transition at somewhere between 5 and 10 million in revenue. So probably somewhere between, I'm 2 years in, so probably around year 4 or 5. So it's kind of fascinating, right? You really wouldn't think that. I know a lot of business owners that are 7 or 8 years in and are still like, we're a startup. I'm like, But there comes a point, to me, the difference, actually this is a good thing to talk about. There's a paper out there that I love. It's called The Stages of Growth Matrix. And I tell you, as entrepreneurs, sometimes we have this complex of wanting to feel like we're unique or special, or like there's something there that I think my gut tells me there's a relationship between these two types of, this type of behavior and this type of personality, not science-based. But with that, every time I built a company, it has felt like this unique and individual journey, right? But somebody wrote this thing called the Stages of Growth Matrix that it defines by how much headcount you have, how many people are on your team, what is going to be happening in your company. And it is so freaking accurate. Like through my own companies, through working in other companies that scaled up, I tell you, it's just literally a map. And I wouldn't have thought that was possible because entrepreneurship is such a individual journey. But my point is that oftentimes the type of people and the personality that are within a startup are this kind of like, we're shooting for the moon, we're making this happen, like all hands on deck, let's cross-train, let's make it happen, right? Like it's this intense, beautiful vibe. But as you grow, probably I would say when you reach easily 100 people, maybe a little bit less in your organization, you need specialists. You need people that are like, I'm here to do this one thing, and I don't know what all the rest of you are doing, but I hope it works out, and I'm sure my manager will connect the dots somewhere, right? So the vibe of it really changes, and that's the point where you really can't get away with, I would say, considering it a startup anymore, because you have to act and behave in a different way. You have to treat your people different. You have to create a different culture within the organization in order to sustain it at that level of growth.